Well, 19 Investigates continues to push for answers after a Cleveland Public Power steel light pole fell onto Chester Avenue yesterday morning during rush hour, dragging the power lines down with it. Now, this follows our investigation that started in August of last year. We found one pole that was tied to a sign in front of the Conrads on Chester. We found another on Chester that was tied to a tree on the Cleveland State campus. Today, we wanted answers from the commissioner of CPP on what he is going to do to prevent this from happening again. Within the last 15 minutes, he got back to me saying after learning of the continuing reliability concerns with the steel poles along Chester Avenue, CPP dispatched crews to investigate and categorize each pole along the avenue. This investigation is ongoing. Also, he added, in the last quarter of 2023, CPP replaced 5 steel poles along Chester Avenue alone. CPP routinely assesses pole condition when performing other work, including replacing bulbs and fixtures. We'll stay on top of this and make sure the work that needs to be done actually is.